let's jump right in. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to unpack a system that is literally changing the speed limit on biotech research. We're looking at BridgeBioHealth. Think of this as a massive, on-demand ecosystem, a 10,000 dataset biotech engine built to radically accelerate how fast we make scientific discoveries. If you've ever banged your head against the wall because of stalled research or endless administrative hurdles, well, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So what is the absolute fastest way to solve a really complex biotech problem? I mean, if you work anywhere in the life sciences space, you already know the crazy amount of friction researchers face day in and day out. Whether you're trying to lock down an elusive biomarker strategy, navigating the absolute maze of an IND filing with the FDA, or doing deep M&A due diligence before an acquisition, the hurdles are just incredibly high. And the crazy part, the friction isn't always the science itself. Often, it's just the pure logistics of actually getting the science done. And that brings us straight to the core issue, the biotech bottleneck. You see, making these complex decisions requires way more than just a slick piece of software. You can't just dump raw data into a generic tool and expect a viable clinical pathway to magically pop out. It doesn't work like that. You need a true fusion of strategy and science. You need real experts who deeply understand the biological nuance of your specific problem and the overarching regulatory strategy you need to actually get it approved and out to the market. To smash right through that bottleneck, BridgeBioHealth built a comprehensive approach based on three main pillars: expert consulting, AI intelligence, and a global scientific network. We're going to walk through exactly how these three components fuse together into a single seamless workflow, a workflow that honestly lets researchers blast past those traditional bottlenecks that usually eat up months, or let's be real, even years of time. Pillar 1, expert consultancy. Before touching any algorithms, PhD-level experts map out your path, defining your drug discovery strategy, FDA regulatory roadmaps, and those critical go, no-go decisions right from the start. Next up is Pillar 2, AI intelligence. This isn't just a basic chatbot. It's a highly specialized technological engine, deeply trained to grasp complex biological context and your specific stage of research. Now, here is the absolutely crucial number, 10,000 plus. Just let that sink in for a second. In biotech, an AI is literally only as good as the data feeding it, right? Well, BridgeBioHealth's AI engine actively cross-references over 10,000 curated, peer-reviewed omics datasets in real time. This right here is the true core power of the platform. Imagine a room full of people trying to manually sift through that much data to find a single biomarker correlation. Yeah, no way. It's basically impossible. But this network does it instantly, pulling from an incredibly vast, vetted reservoir of global scientific knowledge. To ground that massive number in some scientific reality, we aren't talking about disconnected, messy data. We're talking about breathtaking panomics breadth across the major biological layers: genomics, proteomics, and metabolomics. The network gives you deeply vetted, peer-reviewed data capabilities across all of these layers at the exact same time. So you aren't siloed into just looking at genes or just staring at proteins. You get a completely holistic, multi-omics integration so you can truly understand the whole picture of your target. Basic keyword searches? They completely miss the actual biology. BridgeBioHealth's AI, on the other hand, is context-aware. It's simultaneously analyzing your specific target, the precise omics layer you care about, your disease area, and your research stage. It actually understands the deep scientific nuance of what you're trying to achieve across those 10,000 datasets, instead of just handing you a list of documents that happen to match a search term. It's a total game changer. The ultimate goal here is super simple: problem to insight to recommendation. That is the translation engine at work. You feed it a complex, highly specific problem, it scours that massive omics network to extract a biological insight, and then, here's the magic part, it actually gives you a recommendation. It translates raw, messy, multi-omics data into actionable biomarker panel designs or clear clinical trial approaches in literally minutes. It takes all the heavy lifting out of data analysis so you can get back to focusing on the actual science. Moving on to Pillar 3, the global network. This is your on-demand capability activated the exact moment you're ready to put your strategy and AI insights into action. So here is exactly how this plays out when you're facing a practical, real-world challenge. First, Phase 1. Your strategy is defined by the experts. Then, Phase 2. The network is activated right when you need it. And finally, Phase 3. Execution is supported end-to-end. It's an entirely streamlined workflow. You aren't wasting time hunting down a lab before you even know exactly what experiment you need to run. The AI and that massive dataset network guide the what and the how, and then this workflow instantly connects you to the who and the where to get it done efficiently. When it is time to pull the trigger and execute, the platform gives you completely frictionless network capabilities. It handles all those typical logistical headaches that usually bog down research for months. We are talking about instantly matching you with verified credential labs around the world that have the exact capabilities you need. It hooks you up with expert collaborators like specialized CROs or pharma partners. And honestly, this is huge. It has built-in agreements. It manages the NDAs, the data sharing agreements, and the proposal workflows entirely inside the ecosystem. Now, an absolutely critical point for anyone out there sweating about their intellectual property. BridgeBioHealth is a 100% non-custodial platform. They operate strictly as a connection and intelligence point, meaning they take absolutely zero custody of your IP, your biological materials, your proprietary data, or your compounds. Period. All exchanges happen directly between the parties involved, so you keep total control over your work while still leveraging their massive infrastructure. To bring it all together, this complete ecosystem relies on three interconnected actions: strategy, analysis, and execution. It's just one continuous, unbroken flow. You define the path with the experts, you understand the data using the AI and those 10,000 panellomics datasets, and then you move directly from insight to action through the global lab network. It's a unified engine designed specifically to handle the messy complexities of the life sciences. So, with over 10,000 peer-reviewed datasets right at your fingertips and a global network ready to execute on demand, what biotech challenge will you solve first? The friction is gone and the tools are right there waiting for you. It is time to accelerate your research. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.